Hi everyone, I'm Reading with Jack and today I'm here with my brand new book review of A Course of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Thank you so much to Bloomsbury for sending me it a few months before it's released to read for free on my Kindle. I really appreciate that and I am so privileged to have read it because it's just an amazing book. Obviously the fact that I was sent it for free doesn't reflect my honest opinion and it doesn't change that, but I absolutely love the book and I have so many positive things to say about it. I'm going to start by reading the synopsis, which I have on my phone here on Goodreads, and I just think it really kind of sums up everything that you need to know. It doesn't reveal too much, but it really persuades you to read it. A thrilling, seductive new series from New York Times best-selling author Sarah J. Maas, blending Beauty and the Beast and fairy lore. When 19-year-old huntress Feyre kills a wolf in the woods, a beast-like creature arrives to demand retribution for it. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she only knows from the legends, Feyre discovers that her captor is not an animal, but Tamlin, one of the lethal immortal fairies who once ruled their world. As she dwells on his estate, her feelings of Tamlin transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie and warning she was told about the dangerous world of the Fae. But an ancient wicked shadow grows over the fairy lands, and Feyre must find a way to stop it, or doom Tamlin and his world forever. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the characters, and I have to start by talking about Feyre because I absolutely love her. She is an amazing protagonist that really held the whole book and brought everything together. She was strong and fiery and fierce, and I really love this kind of sassy nature to her, but at the same time she was very believable and realistic, and I felt like she showed real emotion, which is really important. She definitely considered situations before just plunging into them and doing things, and a lot of the time I really enjoyed the kind of evaluation that she had of what was happening. From the very start of the book I was rooting for her as a character. I really wanted her to survive and I just wanted her to have an amazing time in this world. Even though the world is very intimidating and scary, I just supported her and I wanted to cheer for her as I was reading. Also, I have to mention Tamlin. He is an amazing character, one that so many people are going to love reading about because, again, he's a very multifaceted character. At times he's very angry and very fierce, but then at times he's affectionate and tender, and I really enjoyed this kind of mix between emotions and different interactions that he had with Feyre in particular. Their relationship was really fantastic to read about. It was very dynamic and I really enjoyed the progression of it and how it changed. There was a tiny bit towards the end where it was slightly cringy in my opinion, dare I say, but in general I thought it was a really good relationship and I didn't feel like it overpowered anything. You know, this is a fantasy book, so I really expected a lot of fantasy elements, and obviously I did want romance as part of that, but I didn't want the romance to take over, and luckily it didn't. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the plot, which is incredibly intense. Intensity warning here because it's a very intense, epic book, and it's one that I think people are just going to be thrown into from the very start, but at the same time it's not too intimidating because of the way it's paced. It is quite a complicated fantasy world. It's not really complex, but still relatively complicated, but Sarah J. Maas basically paces the beginning so that you're introduced to it and you understand what's happening. You're not just thrown into it from the very start. I felt like the introduction was really important in this respect for setting up the characters, setting up the world, which was really good. The world building was amazing. Something that I really found unique about the plot was the way that Beauty and the Beast was told, but it was a very unique retelling, and it wasn't just a copy. Sarah J. Maas added so many different things. She added twists into this story, and it just made it really exciting to read and really unpredictable as well. There's actually a part in the book where the story starts to become structured around 3 different tasks that Feyre has to complete, and I thought this bit was the most intense thing ever. It was crazy, and if you were on Twitter when I was reading this book, my reactions were all over the place because I was really crazy and I was completely grabbed into the world. It was so intense, it was tense and crazy, and the world was just going all over the place, and I loved it because I just didn't know what was going to happen. There was a lot of great themes throughout these tasks, such as fate, morality, good versus evil, and also the final task was a cold-blooded murder, and that was just horrific to read and really exciting. This was the part where I was really shocked, and I actually became to hate one of the characters so much. She's called Amarantha, I think it's how you say her name, and she is just horrible. She's laughing and smiling, she's gleeful throughout this murder. She's such a villainous, ruthless, horrible, repulsive character, and you know, I felt like this plot kind of really enhanced her character to make her so horrible, and I've really liked to hate her, you know, I have to be honest. She was not a nice character. I also have to mention the writing style. Now, I've obviously previously read Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, so I know that Sarah J Maas is a fantastic, talented writer, and I think this book really supported that idea. You can really tell with all the adjectives that she uses, the way she phrases the sentences, you can just tell that she spent so long trying to craft this book, and she's put so much work into it, which is really evident. Some of the descriptions are really poignant, and one of the things I really loved about this one in particular was the use of colour symbolism. I'm crazy about colour symbolism, and I always love it in any book, and I thought that in this one it went about it in quite a unique way that I've not really seen before. There was basically quite a lot of artwork and paintings, and Sarah J Maas kind of explained the colours and the symbolism in each different one, how they related to the plot. I felt like it was really nice that it was explaining things as well as just stating the colours. Felt like it really added a new dimension to the book. Her writing style is definitely a testament to the skills that she has. She is an amazing writer. The way she phrases everything and describes everything is fantastic, and I don't think you can say anything bad about the writing. So overall, everyone, for A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5 because it was just so amazing, so perfect, nearly perfect. There was a tiny bit which I didn't like, but in general it was a really fantastic read. It was so enjoyable. I loved the characters, the plot and the writing. Everything came together and it just had an amazing final result. It's a book that I really hope that people will want to read as soon as it comes out, because I can't wait to discuss it with people. It's a really exciting read, and I just can't say anything but positive things about it. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this review and found it useful. Definitely let me know down below in the comments if you're planning to read this book when it comes out, or if you've already read it for review like I did. But until next time, thank you for watching, and I will see you all again in my next video.